Welcome back. President Abdel Fattah Sisi receives a Chinese delegation headed by Li Qi, member of the Permanent Committee of the Political Bureau of the Communist Party. Presidential spokesman said the meeting discussed ties between Egypt and China. He said that both sides stressed keenness on continuing with the efforts to boost cooperation. He said during the meeting, President Sisi praised the Chinese development experiment, describing it as a significant one. Sisi said there are many chances to achieve reciprocal benefits from the two sides, adding that Cairo is keen to contribute to facing international challenges. He also said Cairo supports the international collective efforts in all domains. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry has called for taking constructive steps to reform the global financial structure and develop the existing international funding system. Addressing the UN General Assembly, Shoukry said international financial institutions shall support the developing countries in the face of the world's current crisis. Shoukry highlighted the issue of climate change as one of the existential challenges facing the world today. The foreign minister welcomed the results of the historic United Nations Water Conference held in March 2023. In this regard, Shoukry emphasized Egypt's firm position on rejecting any unilateral measures in the management of transboundary water resources, confirming that Egypt has a stance of rejecting the Ethiopian practices in water file and its so-called Renaissance Dam. Regarding the Sudanese file, Shoukry expressed Egypt's support of reaching a permanent ceasefire agreement between the warring sides. Also, the ministry affirmed Egypt's full rejection to the Israeli aggression and full support to the Palestinian people to establish their independent Palestinian state on the borders of 1967 with East Jerusalem as its capital. He concluded that Egypt is working to achieve peace in Sudan, Libya, Syria and Yemen following the principles of international law and the resolutions of international legitimacy.
في مواجهة تبعات أزمات مركبة ومتتالية لم يكن لها يد فيها ودون دعم كاف من ذات المؤسسات الدولية التي أنشئت لمساندة التطلعات التنموية المشروعة لدولنا وتحقيق استقرار الاقتصاد العالمي.
And on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly meetings, Cairo, Amman and Baghdad conferred to discuss means of boosting ties in various economic and political domains. A joint statement was issued by the three sides after the meeting, which focused on their joint cooperation mechanism. They agreed to finalize their projects and initiate new schemes in various fields. They also said it is imperative to achieve stability and security in the region and highlighted the importance of the Palestinian issue as a current central issue in the Middle East. They also discussed the efforts to find resolution to the crisis in Syria, especially through the Arab Contact Group to end the suffering of the Syrian people. Meanwhile, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said Cairo has a leading diplomatic role in various international stages, atop of which the UN. Speaking with Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly meetings in New York, Guterres discussed points of view reviewing during the talks. He said there is general consent on the importance of reforming the work system of multi-party mechanism with both its political and economic sectors. He said he counts on Egypt to be atop of states that back and lead such efforts. On the sidelines of the UN General Assembly meetings in New York, Minister of International Cooperation Dr. Rania Al-Mashat met with Flas Barth, the German Minister for Economic Cooperation and Development. The meeting discussed efforts to joint development cooperation, especially energy projects. Al-Mashat met also with Akim Ashtinar, Director of the UN Development Programme. And that came in light of the efforts to strengthen mutual relations with multilateral and bilateral development partners and follow-up development cooperation program being implemented. Meanwhile, Al-Mashat delivered the opening speech at the UN Development Program High-Level Conference on Building Future Economies and the importance of investing in national contribution. The speech, including discussing long-term strategies to achieve sustainable development goals. The conference aimed at discussing opportunities for national contribution to implement Paris Climate Agreement and the challenges and realistic experience facing the financing climate action. The Ethiopian capital Addis Ababa started a new round of Renaissance Dam talks with the attendance of concerned ministers from Egypt, Sudan and Ethiopia, in addition to negotiation delegations from the three countries. This comes within the framework of completing negotiation rounds that started in Cairo last month, according to the agreement between the states to speed up reaching a deal on the principles of filling and operating the dam within a 4-month deadline. Minister of Water Resources Hani Swelem reasserted Egypt's unchangeable stance toward these negotiations, pointing that Ethiopia continued filling of the dam without the necessary deal is considered a violation of principal announcement agreement signed in the year 2015. He added that continuing such unilateral acts that breach international law has negative impacts on the current negotiation process. The Israeli